Yo, what is up, fam? Welcome to another Car Talk podcast. My goodness, it's been too long since I've done this. My gosh, yeah, it's been what, 3 days since I've done one of these, and I've been missing it. I've been really missing it. I've had COVID, as I think I mentioned last time, so it's been a weird couple of days. I haven't really left the house much, so I decided since I'm leaving the house real quick, I might as well do a quick little car talk podcast. And, I've got a lot of subjects that I can do, but the one that I'm thinking is perfect for this little short podcast is going to be just talking a little bit about how minimalism and just like how living within your means and becoming happy with little is just, I just want to explain how beneficial that is to your life, because I can speak firsthand. Like, I was not a happy kid. I was not a happy 18-year-old or 19-year-old. Like, I was super unhappy because I thought I wouldn't become happy until I was successful, or until I had a nicer car, or until I had, designer, until I was seriously so wrapped up in materialistic things that it was sickening. And you might be able to relate, or you might not be able to relate, but the biggest thing that I want to share to you is just the fact that when you can eliminate that ego, and you can eliminate having the desire to make other people happy or make other people, think higher of you because of what you own, that's a really unhealthy framework. And it took me literally about 3 years until I completely washed that away. And I still sometimes deal with, some doubts and stuff that come into my mind when I'm creating and just in general. And I've found the most happiness in making myself happy, because what I realize is that happiness is all internal. It's all you. This is your journey of life. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to be going on their journey throughout the same time that you're going on your journey. But what you need to realize is what makes you happy. Is that going out having fun and, having drinks with friends? Or is that, being able to someday own a beautiful home on a beach? Or is it someday to be able to own your own business or build a brand? Or do you want to become professional at something? What is it that brings you happiness? And, what is that desire that you have either in your career or in your life in general? What is that desire? How does that correlate with your happiness? And then you need to really just understand that no one else, everybody else's opinions, your parents, your sisters, your best friend, the opinions of those people, as much as you want to value those, and as much as I value them, and as badly as I wanted to listen to them, I really had to do this. La 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 la, fingers in my ears, la 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 la, because they don't know me, and they don't know what makes me happy. And that's a really tough concept to understand. But once you're able to understand that, that's when I believe your true happiness can kick in. And I believe that because that's when you're going to start prioritizing the things that make you happy. You're not going to, if you say you have an extra $1,000 in the bank, you're not going to go out and buy 2 pairs of shoes because you want other people to see those shoes that you own. That's the type of stuff that I was doing when I had extra money, and it was because I was insecure. I wasn't confident in my own self. I really wasn't. And because of that, I wasn't happy either. And I think when you're happy, all of that is in balance. You're not overly egotistical. You're not overly, you're grounded in humility, but you're also grounded in the fact that you don't need a nice car to be successful or to be happy. If you're doing what you love to do, that's what makes you happy. And for real, I hate working. And I like to work. Don't get me wrong. I'm a creative. I'm always working, but I don't like to clock in for somebody else's dream, in other words. And I realized that at a really, really young age, but what I didn't realize was that me wanting to buy all these things, me wanting to have a nicer car, me wanting to go to college, like me wanting to do all these things comes with having to pay for those things as well. Like, I wasn't having anybody float my boat. Like, I literally had to pay for the college that I went and experienced. Like, so what does that mean? Well, I had to work, trade my hours for somebody else's dream until I was settled for my debt. And I still am not. So that's why I'm still working. Like, if I didn't have any debt, I swear to God, I would not be working, because I would not have anybody to pay, and therefore I'd be out fishing and I'd be paying myself with my own creative adventures and endeavors, because that's what's in my heart, that's what's in my soul. But that's what I've been starving all of my life, because of the fact that I didn't know what true happiness meant or what true success was. And true success is where you are happy when you wake up and when you go to bed, where you feel like, the best way that I can explain it, because I also remember hating, like, for real, the first 18 years of my life because of school. I hated school. Hated. And this time of year was the best time of year. Like, this time of year is how I feel all year round. And I'm, like, trying to understand, like, I'm trying to embrace the vibes of June, because it's like, yo, like, as a kid, this was my jam. Like, this wasn't just, like, my jam. This was my time of year, fam. Like, this is when I thrived. Even when I was 16, when I had to go work all summer long, I didn't give a crap. Like, I really did not care. I loved not being at school. And that's how I know, like, I just need, in order to make myself happy, what's like school? Clocking in is like school for me. And I'm not kidding. I've messed up a lot of years of my adult life because I didn't know this and I wasn't aware of it and I didn't make the connection. But my God, that is so freaking true. Like, if you didn't like school, if you didn't like the structure, if you didn't like having the rules, odds are there's a good chance that you might be just like me and you're an entrepreneur in your own way. And like, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a creative, and you need to find a way to get your personality online if you can. Whether that be written, audio, or video content, like, you need to start something, because I promise you, that's the way you start your empire. That's the way you start your passion. Like, you just gotta share what's in your heart, because otherwise you're gonna die with it in your heart. And like, that has to be the most, I don't ever want that for anybody that I love, and I love everyone. So I pray with all my heart that you figure out what it is that makes you truly, truly happy. I really, 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 really hope that you do. And I just hope that kind of listening to my own, journey can kind of help you on yours, because it is crazy how different all of our journeys are, and like how different our DNA is from one another. Like, it is crazy. And like, I have empathy for you, bro. Like, you sis, like, I really, really do. Like, I know it's not easy. I know it's not meant to be easy, but at the same time, if you eliminate all the fugazi, all the fancy stuff, the materialistic stuff, and you get grounded in the fact that we are so fortunate to live where we live and to have the simple luxuries that we have regarding clean water, and most of us, all of us, have shelter, have a home that we can lay our head at each night. Like, we're all very, 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 very blessed to in comparison to a lot of this world. And I think that having that at the forefront of your mind at all times can really, really help. I think it can really help you understand that, even if you don't have a fancy apartment, even if you don't have your own apartment, you're still just as successful, because if you're happy, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Like, if you're able to love where you're at and provide value wherever you're at, like, that's all that matters. And for every stage that you're at, whether you're 20, 25, or 35, or 55, like, or 75, like, I want to include everybody on this. Like, just know that happiness is the return of investment that we're all looking for. It's not a BMW, it's not a trophy, it's not anything that money can buy. It's truly something that makes you happiness, or truly just makes you happy, just like you were a kid on summer vacation, about to go do the thing that you love to do. And that's what I hope to leave you all with. And I just hope to inspire you all to just become happier if you're not. And if you are happy, spread that happiness. And yeah, stay curious, stay kind. And I love you, fam. You guys take it easy. Peace.